Hello, I'm Carlton with Pull My Pork Barbecue. Thanks for joining us today. We're going to do a smoked Cajun Boudin on the Bradley electric smoker. This is a fantastic recipe that was requested by one of our subscribers. So let's get started. Boudin is a staple of Cajun cuisine. I grew up eating boudin, and years ago I worked in southern Louisiana and couldn't seem to get enough of it. It is a type of sausage that has varied recipes. Most boudin is either boiled or fried, but today we're going to smoke it on the Bradley electric smoker. And we're going to be using some apple wood. Smoking boudin takes it to a whole new level of great good food. If you can get really good boudin locally, then you can skip the making it and go straight on to the smoking of it. But where I live now here in Wyoming, you just can't find boudin. So today we're going to make it from scratch. Cajun Boudin, unlike the French version, is made with a mixture of meat, rice, and fresh herbs. Then it is spiced up considerably with red pepper. First you need 3.5 pounds of pork, Boston butt, and then you need 1.5 pounds of either beef or pork liver. Now I'm using beef liver because I can't get pork liver here. Getting it here is next to impossible, but pork liver is preferred when making boudin. You want to first cut it all into 2-inch pieces after it's been trimmed, and you want to put the meat into a pot, and to that pot we're going to add 1/2 cup of celery. We're going to add 1 whole white onion. We're going to add 1 cup of bell pepper, and we're going to add 2 teaspoons of salt and 1 teaspoon of black pepper. Now we're going to cover all of this with water, and we're going to bring it to a boil. And then we're going to lower the heat to low, and we're going to cover it, and we're going to simmer this till the meat is fall apart tender. And while the meat is cooking, we're going to get our rice that's going in this going. Okay, now that our meat has cooled, our liver and our pork butt, we're going to grind this up, and we're going to grind it with we're going to run a small white onion and 2 cloves of garlic through our grinder, and once we get through doing this, we'll show you where we proceed from here. Okay, now before we start our putting this in the casings, what we're going to do, we're going to add a few things to it. We got 1/2 cup of chopped green onions, and we got 2 tablespoons of red pepper flakes, some salt, some pepper, some oregano, some thyme that we're putting in here, and we're going to mix this all up really good. It's got to be really mixed up well. Now this is a little bit dry. We're going to have to add a little bit of our liquid that we saved from whenever we cooked it, because this needs to be almost like pudding. Okay, let me get some of the liquid. And we're going to put 2.5 cups of rice in it that we made up. all this is going to be really mixed well together. And this is how we're going to put it in the casings. Over here. Okay. Get this all mixed up. Okay, my helper here is going to turn the handle for me. Turn it slow. And I'm just going to make 6 to 8 inch lengths. Here, pinch it off. Pinch it off. And just twist them up. I'll come over here. Oh. Got it right there. Got it right there. And we're going to give them a twist. There we go. Just making lengths out of these. Now we're going to take this one, we're going to pinch it off right there, and we're going to twist this link 3 or 4 times. Okay, we got a boudin stuffed, and you want to let it sit and dry. And at this point, you can put it in the refrigerator or you can freeze it. Most people boil it or they fry it. I'm going to smoke it. Probably be first thing in the morning. I'll get it in the smoker, but we're going to let it dry real good, get it in the refrigerator, and let it form a little pellicle on the outside so the smoke will stick good to it. And we'll get this stuff finished up first thing in the morning. Okay, we let our boudin set and dry yesterday evening, and then we put it in the refrigerator and let it sit overnight. Now we're going to get this on the smoker. We're going to smoke it for 3 hours at 220 degrees on the Bradley electric smoker. And we're using apple wood today. So what I'm going to do, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to take some olive oil sprayer. You can use a brush with olive oil, it doesn't matter. And I'm just going to lightly spray with olive oil. Like I say, you can brush the olive oil if you want, and you can use any type of wood that you want to smoke it. I just prefer apple wood. Spray both sides. So we get a good coat. Okay, we're going to get these on, and we're going to spray it every hour for 3 hours. And when we get through, we'll get them back in here, we'll show you what they're done, we'll give them a taste test. These are going to turn out really good, I can assure you. Okay, we smoked our boudin for 3 hours with apple wood, and every hour we coated it with, we put a light coat of olive oil on it. Well, the color turned out amazing. It smells amazing too. I cut a little piece off, and I'm going to give it a try. But we made up our sausage. We used natural casings, or boudin, it's not actually sausage. We mixed in some liver and some Boston butt pork. It was a total of about 5 pounds of meat. And we put in the seasoning and everything, and then we stuffed it through our sausage stuffer after we ground it. And then we put it on, we let it sit overnight for, well, we let it sit out and dry some, and then we put it in the refrigerator overnight. Then we brought it out, let it come to room temperature, and we put it on our Bradley electric smoker at 225 degrees for 3 hours with apple wood. And the color came out absolutely fantastic. So I'm going to try this piece that I've already broke off here. That's good right there. and it's got some bite to it. So if you don't like the bite, you can cut back on the red pepper a little bit, but man, all the seasoning and everything really comes through on this. Well, that's really good. I'll have the recipe down below and linked where you can go get the recipe, printable version of it. But if you have to make your own boudin, if you're in an area like where I'm at where you can't find boudin, you can make it yourself. It's not that hard. It just takes a little bit of time. So I want to thank you for stopping by today and watching the video. And go down and hit the like button. Go down and subscribe. Leave us a comment. Let us know what you think. And if you have a place where you can get boudin, then you could just run it in the smoker yourself. But smoking this boudin brings a whole new dimension to it, other than boiling it or frying it. So, thanks again for showing up, and I want to send a special thanks out to all the men and women serving in our military around the world. And I want to send a special thanks out to all of the law enforcement officers that are keeping us safe every day. Thank you very much.